excuses here, Dion, but we're put in a unique situation as McCurtain takes it in and scores another basket to put it 5-0. So I'm willingly saying this at the very beginning of the broadcast that we are going to go by numbers here because we don't want to say anybody's name wrong or give credit to anybody that we don't know who they are. So we're going to go by numbers, and it is not because we want to.
And I mean, it's unfortunate, and hopefully, you know, this is still a good game and something pleasing to the eye. But we will have to call these players by their numbers, as you can see. That
being said, let's get into it. Right now, McCurtain is looking like a physical team out there, really taking it to Haskell up 5-0. You saw on the take here as Two gets the ball, dribbles it a few times, and the shot is up and good. He puts Haskell on the board. McCurtain bringing it up the other way. McCurtain, as we said, is playing their varsity squad against the JV team, so you wouldn't necessarily expect these things to be fair. We'll see if McCurtain can take care of business, though, as the three-pointer is short, bounces off the rim, and goes over the backboard.
Yeah, and you can see Haskell doing a good job defensively with this 3-2 zone defense, breaking the press right now, making it look easy. Nice ball fake. An even nicer block by number 33.
Once you get in there inside, you have to be wary if you're a guard because McCurtain's got some size inside, and you can ball fake once, but the problem is there's another tree that's coming to block your shot. Nice pass inside. Short shot falls short. McCurtain counters, goes the other way. Fast break, left-handed. Scoop shot in, and 7-1 now. 6:17 left to go in the first quarter. Haskell looking to break the zone pressure from McCurtain. McCurtain forces a turnover into an easy layup. And that's going to force Haskell to call a timeout. 6:05 left to go in the first quarter, and it's an early 9-1 lead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and right now it just kind of seems like that tempo and the press defense is really, you know, having Haskell in a difficult situation. A lot of turnovers early and easy layups. So let's see if the coaching staff can get these guys under control and, you know, draw some things up and instruct them properly on how to break this press defense.
Haskell was breaking the press relatively easy at the beginning of the game. As you were saying, they were getting it up and down the court. These last few possessions have been troublesome for the Haymakers. They don't have anybody in the middle of the court right now, and I think that's a key to breaking any kind of pressure is having somebody in the middle of the court. Haskell gets it across the timeline, though. Gonna have quick, brisk passes. You know, this is a growing up opportunity for Haskell with these JV guys. This is an opportunity for them to get and see what it's like to play at the varsity level. And the speed increases a little bit.
Very much so, and that's one of the things you got to think about. That's what these tournaments are all about. You play 2 games in one day. You get an opportunity to come back the next day and play. You might lose, you might win, get in the consolation bracket, play some more, and more opportunities to play. The more you play, the better you get. The more opportunities you have, the better you get. So this is an opportunity for these guys to get better, no matter who they're playing. And right now, Haskell's JV team, they have to take advantage of their opportunity.
Right now, good defensive possession for them. McCurtain being patient, working the ball around, an open three-pointer. It goes short. You got to box out if you're Haskell, and right now they're not doing that. 2 offensive rebounds that time from McCurtain leads to a foul and will put the Bulldogs on the line.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a disadvantage, not as far as height, though, but as far as physicality. You can see McCurtain doing a good job of banging down low and getting to the boards and being physical when they get there.
First shot up and short. Almost missed nothing. That's the wrong nothing but net there. Haskell with a short bench as well, since this is their JV team. They only have 3 players on the bench. They're going to rotate in and out. You can see some of the players from the varsity squad at the end of the bench for the Haskell Haymakers supporting some of the younger guys. 10-1 now the score. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Haskell going to drive it across the timeline, get it break the pressure from McCurtain. A deep three falls well short. And I don't think that's the shot that you want if you're Haskell.
Their three-point line is that white line. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's the black line still.
It's the black line still.
I think. He shot that 2 steps behind the green line.
Yeah, that's not the shot you want.
That's not ideal. Good feed that time inside, but bounces off the hands. It looked like the post player was trying to make a move before he got the ball. Give short corner, and it went right in between 2 haymakers. Ball will be given back to McCurtain. Top of the key now. McCurtain works it around inside. Post move in and good. That time, nice move from 33. He's able to get the ball inside in good position, make one quick move and get it up.
That's kind of the move that some of these NBA players they're starting to use. When you get your arms wide and they can get underneath you and come up and create that foul and get an opportunity to get to the free throw line, they're going to take it every time.
It's not where you want to pick up your dribble, just short of the line. Muskogee's able, probably not Muskogee. Haskell's able to break the press though. First field goal of the day goes in for the Haymakers. Opportunity to make it 12-4. 4:07 left to go, first period. McCurtain goes to the bench. First shot is up and just short. Score stays 12-3. Haskell looks to be in a 1-2-2 zone. It's a shot long, rebounded by the Haymakers.
I don't know if that's the shot that you want early into the shot clock. I mean, take some time to run the offense and move the ball around.
That ball is swatted. There's been multiple times that Haskell's gotten the ball inside and they just can't do anything with it. Three-pointer long. Rebound pulled down by Haskell. And there's some athletes inside for McCurtain. Shot off the glass, no good. Haskell comes up with another offensive rebound, though.
Haskell doing a good job of giving themselves more opportunities to work that offense.
Drive right side, stolen away. McCurtain the other way. One-on-one break. Drive, left-handed layup, no good. Haskell gets the rebound and they want to run. Back to the other end. Inside, swatted away, and you could tell that 33 was just waiting there. Like a shark that smells blood in the water, he was waiting and ready.
Yeah, he met him eye level when he went up for that shot and took that thing and threw it into the hallway.
I believe that's Ethan Satterfield, number 33. Left-handed layup, good, and Haskell's JV team finds themselves down 14-3 to the McCurtain Bulldogs. Ball swatted, picked up by Haskell. That's a dangerous, dangerous play there. You're trying to break it in and get swatted. I think Satterfield is not playing basketball but volleyball, Dion.
Yeah, it looks like he's very excited to be able to jump up in the air and throw everything out the gym.
Like this right here. No.
Right. You can see Haskell's, offensive player decides to make a good decision. He sees the opponent coming his way. He goes in for the foul. Just a good job.
An even better job by the defender that time to avoid
the foul. Yes, and come over and try to attempt the block.
That's where Haskell needs to make their money tonight. Is a nice 15-footer falls. That's a spot where your shot can't get blocked, and you're going to be able to make some shots tonight against this athletic McCurtain Bulldogs team.
It's a good job by McCurtain right now, being able to move the ball around and get everybody touching it.
It was a nice left-handed drive there as well. They were giving him the left side. He took 2 steps and was going up to finish with the left hand. before he got fouled.
It's a good job by number 20 from McCurtain. He's done a good job of being aggressive with the ball in his hand as soon as he enters the game, taking a nice shot, and this time driving to the basket. Can't capitalize with that free throw right there, but still creating more opportunities for himself.
It's a good left-handed drive. You want to know why? He's left-handed. You can see there from his free throw opportunity. So that's something, if you're the Haymakers, that you got to see is that's an unforced turnover. As Haskell's just trying to go too fast. McCurtain forces a turnover. Back at the other end, three-pointer. Pardon me, no, he did not take the three-pointer. I got a little ahead of myself there. That three-pointer, though, falls, and McCurtain expands their lead to 17-15. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go first quarter. Haskell JV playing McCurtain's varsity team as Haskell's able to break the press, comes across the timeline. Jump stop at the free throw line, shot too long. Rebounded by Haskell, though, taken out in a nice pass inside. Turnaround jumper, no good. And McCurtain gets the rebound and goes the other way. In transition, McCurtain finds number 20, who takes it left-handed. He's missed 2 runners today. He's able to get his hand on a ball, though, poke it away. There's a fight for the ball on the ground. Still nobody has it right in front of us. And somebody steps on the line right in front of us and gives the ball back to McCurtain. But good hustle all the way around. And it ends up in the Bulldogs' hands.
There's a lot of contact right here. Me and the ref joking around right here. He's going to throw a flag. Football play.
52 seconds left, 17-15 in favor of the McCurtain Bulldogs. McCurtain basically having their way on the offensive end. Anything that they want, they've been able to get so far in this first quarter. They're looking inside, trying to get something going. Haskell's coming out with a zone. Pump faking in for 23.
Can't swap the ball from the inbound.
Yeah, you can't reach across that line. That could be a technical foul. They do give him a warning that time. It's not something you see very often. Maybe sometimes you have an impulse to just reach across the line when the ball's just there, and sometimes you have an impulse to give it back to the guard when he's not on the right side of the timeline.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Kind of a miscue there. See, as soon as he touched it and let it go, he knew, that was a bad idea.
This is an opportunity for these Haskell junior varsity kids to grow up and play and kind of work out some of the mistakes. 3 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Three-pointer as the clock expires is short from McCurtain, but it's been all Bulldogs in the first quarter. 19-5 the score as the McCurtain Bulldogs lead the Haskell JV Haymakers 19-5 here on Bravado Wireless.
Way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer 1 line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Muskogee Civic Center. The Haskell JV team, the McCurtain Bulldogs playing each other. Haskell with a quick three-pointer that misses everything. McCurtain gets the rebound, goes back the other way. And Bulldogs lead 19-5, 7:45 left to go in the second quarter. Baseline drive is good. And once again, McCurtain extends their lead. Three-pointer no good from Haskell. McCurtain going the other way. Full court pass, transition bucket, nice block that time. 33 comes out with the block. Behind the back move, and he just tried to get a little too fancy. He was feeling it a little bit after the block, wanted to go behind the back, and the ball kind of got away from him. Give inside. Now kicked back out for McCurtain. Find an open three-point shooter left side, left wing. Exactly, and the ball goes in and out, no good. 21-5, 6:50 left to go. Spin move from the Haskell point guard. He gets through two defenders and throws it out of the baseline. They're going to say it hit a McCurtain player last, though.
It was some nifty dribbling, though. I do like to see it, the way he split those two defenders and was able to get him between them before he turned the ball over or, you know, hit a McCurtain player.
Nice inbounds play that time from Haskell. They find a player on the low post who puts it up and in. 21-7 now the score. Baseline jumper, no good. Haskell with the rebound. Trying to counter, split two defenders, ball on the ground. It stays with the Haymakers. Flash for the steal, nothing doing that time. A nice post move, and that's 4 consecutive points there for 44.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job of getting inside and get high percentage shots.
Six minutes, second quarter. McCurtain, turnaround jumper, good. And that's been there really all day if McCurtain wants it. Going with the full court press now. Haskell's able to break it. Given the corner, they kind of come with a trap. And they give it high post.
And that's a great pump fake right there, and great job executing offensively. It looks like this JV squad for Haskell is starting to calm down a little bit and found their offensive game.
Yeah, their rhythm has been established here in the second quarter. They just got to be able to rebound and find a counter for the inside presence of McCurtain, and that's the one thing you don't want to do. Don't save that ball underneath when it was going out on the other team. Yeah. Luckily, it doesn't hurt Haskell. Those are just some of the youthful mistakes that you're going to see from Haskell in this JV game.
Yeah, a couple of youthful mistakes right there as well.
Haskell's got a short bench, only 3 players on the bench, so I'm going to do a whole lot of subbing in today's game. Bad turnover that time from McCurtain. It was a pass to nobody, so Haskell's going to go the other way, but he picks up his dribble right at this half-court stripe.
And he tries to dunk it, but it goes in for the finger roll instead.
Off the fingertips and in for McCurtain. The bounce that he's shown, I figured he might be able to dunk it. Nothing doing that time, though. Baseline drive, left-handed finish, one hand, no good, right off the front of the iron. McCurtain going the other way, full court pass. Free throw line extended, a crossover move to the basket, draws a foul. Good job that time from 32.
Yeah, and Haskell was thinking about getting their own block shot right there, and just a little bit too much contact to the body.
He draws him to sleep. We're going to see another finger roll right here. Another net in the first opportunity from 32. 26-11 the score. 4:26 left to go, second quarter. So we said earlier in the broadcast, if you're just joining us here on the Bravado Wireless broadcast, this is the Haskell JV team versus the McCurtain Bulldogs. Greene County was supposed to come and play this game, but they dropped out of the tournament, or rather really just didn't show up. So Haskell decided to play their JV squad. You can see a mistake there, turnover right underneath the basket. McCurtain not able to capitalize. And since this is a JV squad, they are wearing different numbers and don't have a roster for Haskell. And then McCurtain does not have a roster available either, as that ball is blocked, rather spiked back into the face of the player.
And in my interest and curiosity as drove me down to this bracket, and right here you can see CC in your program, if you guys are here at the Muskogee Civic Center, I'm guessing means Civic Center, and then the MHS sounds for another location that they're having these games at. And this Haskell team in the small boys bracket is scheduled to play at the Civic Center at 9 o'clock tonight as well versus the Kansas team. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do participate in that game at 9 after playing a game at 6, or will there be another team that we get to face?
Yeah, I think that, since this is the JV squad, and some of those guys that are on the end of the bench right now, if you can see it at the top of your screen, I think some of those guys might be able to get into the game. I think those are some of the varsity players that Haskell has. And we'll play that game against Kansas. Three-point shot in for McCurtain. 3 minutes to go, 30-11 the score in favor of the Bulldogs. After the turnover, McCurtain blows the easy layup. A reach-in foul on 4 and will stop the ball right here at center court. Haymakers trail 30-11, 2:42 left to go in the second quarter. Nice move inside, one dribble, gathers himself and goes up and puts it in for the Haymakers. On the other end, we talked a lot about Haskell and the opportunity that they have, for their JV squad to really get some opportunity to play here. Yeah. What about for McCurtain? What's the draw playing a JV team when you're a varsity team?
Honestly, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, you're still out here on this floor. You're getting a full game rep opportunity. It's almost a situation where you're playing a lesser of an opponent that you're used to, but still able to get some plays in, operate your offense, and get the ability to practice some plays within a game rep. So still a chance to build some confidence as well. Go into this next game, get some of your starters and guys that play heavy minutes off their feet. It's more of an advantage for this McCurtain team than they realize.
You get an opportunity, maybe to play some of the guys off the end of your bench as well if you can hold on to a 30-13 lead. You get some, as you said, opportunity for some guys to get some kinks out before they play in another game. And some of these guys, some teams play in Christmas tournaments, some teams don't. So you got an opportunity here to, as I said, work out some kinks, get some reps, which is just really the most important thing.
And that right there, number 2 had a great idea with the ball. They're doing a good job of going up and knowing that the shot blocker was coming, just the trailer wasn't coming as fast as he anticipated him to.
Yeah, and wasn't necessarily expecting the ball either. It was a good pass. Good idea, as you said. Execution could have been better. 1:12 left to go, second quarter, 32-13. Turnover forced by Haskell. Spin move up and under, no good. Rebound Haskell, no good. Another rebound is no good, but that time draws the foul. What a nifty move that time. $100 move and $1 finish.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would call it. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
No.
I'm not mad at it at all. He anticipated the shot blocker coming over, a nifty move, but just doesn't finish strong. It was a great beginning. Love the moxie on the kid, but doesn't finish the move. But luckily enough for him, his teammate is able to collect the rebound.
And that's one of those things that you can go back to the drawing board, go back and practice, and work on that one again. You can keep working on it and see if you can execute it next game. But as you said, it takes a certain amount of basketball IQ to realize that shot blocker is coming, and you have to find some way to get it up over him or under him or around him. Man-to-man defense from the Haskell JV Haymakers. Causing a little bit of trouble to the McCurtain Bulldogs at the moment. Left-handed drive, left-handed finish is no good. We have a foul. We'll have to see if it was called. They are going to give him 2 shots.
Yeah, that zone defense that was allowing this McCurtain team to find a way to get inside with just passing the ball. Now, playing man-to-man defense and playing close up on their opponents, you kind of not a lot of room for guys to move freely throughout the court. So I like this switch up as far as defensive scheme. I'm guessing, as you can see, I mean, the varsity guys are sitting towards the end of the bench there, and it's not a lot of those guys over there. I'm guessing that some of these JV players do play on the varsity as well. So you would anticipate playing more zone defense, kind of saving your legs because, like I said earlier, these guys do have another game at 9 o'clock this evening.
Right. In a game that you might deem more important because it is a varsity game. Give left side, but he took an extra step. That was a nice three-pointer.
It was.
That time from Tin, but he got it, took 1 step, and then 2. You need to take that extra dribble there if you're going to finish it that way.
That's all travel right there. Got to call it.
Unfortunately, you do. Active hands that time from McCurtain. It's a quick steal. Clock winding down, 3-pointer misses everything. McCurtain trying to get the ball back up, and a nice block that time. He didn't just swat that thing, he punched that thing out of there.
He punched it.
He punched it out of there and shows a little bit of a fight, but Muskogee, we are in the Muskogee Civic Center, but Haskell winding down. That thing got out of there and rejected
with
quick.
Some speed.
He said not so fast, but not so fast either for the Haskell JV squad as they're losing 33 to 13. And it's been all McCurtain early as you see some of the highlights. Haskell been able to get in at some, but I think they really adjusted. They really adjusted here in the second half. What do you think, Dion?
Yeah, I mean, I could agree completely. For the fact of the matter is they were a little, a little awestruck and overwhelmed there in the first quarter. But when things settled down, they were able to create offensively and put some points on the board. But let's see what they do here in the second half. It's going to be interesting to see what they do and how they decide to attack offensively.
We got an entertaining second half coming up for you for sure. We got blocks, we got volleyball spikes, we got everything coming here from the Muskogee Civic Center. So stay with us here in the 40th annual Bedouin Shrine Classic, as the McCurtain Bulldogs are leading the Haskell JV Haymakers 33-13 here on Bravado Wireless.
Stick around because we're cooking wild.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer 1 line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Muskogee Civic Center in the 40th Annual Bedouin Shrine Classic. And we got a good game here between the McCURTAIN Bulldogs and the Haskell Haymakers. Good game in the fact of that these guys get an opportunity to go out there and get some reps in. And we got a good update for you. We got rosters for both teams, so we will be able to say people's names like a real broadcast.
I mean, that should be a slight improvement.
Sorta. I don't know if you can help us very much, Dion, here, as I'm in the middle of searching for those said lineups. Pass stolen in easy two-point basket that time from Gage Cooper. Cooper puts it in and gives McCURTAIN a healthy 37-13 lead. Cross-court pass picked up that time by Brandon Westmoreland. Westmoreland gives it to Clark. Brandon Westmoreland dribbles right. They find in the corner number 2, Marcus Clark. Marcus Clark hits the three-pointer. It's a good start there from the Haskell JV squad.
Good ball movement by the Haskell JV squad. Doing a good job of finding the open man, keep it moving, and then when you found the open shot, knocking it down off the glass, but still, we'll take it.
A lot of movement as well from McCURTAIN. They're finding a nice post pass. Post pass that time from Ethan Satterfield and finished by Brody Shout. Satterfield has been a key cog in this McCURTAIN offense. His pass is stolen, finished that time by Gage Cooper.
And you got to communicate. When somebody's coming up behind one of your teammates, you got to let them know. You can't just sit there with your mouth closed. You got to learn that early. These guys are getting an opportunity to learn that now, and I'm pretty sure that's what the coach called a timeout for.
He called a timeout, and you can get an opportunity to settle these guys down a little bit. They started off the first quarter almost in the same fashion, Dion, to where McCURTAIN came out, energized, attacked them, and then all of a sudden, once they were punched in the mouth, once they looked up and they were down by double digits. And they didn't really want this game to get away, and it still might get away, but this is a learning opportunity for the Haskell Haymakers and their head coach, Wes Hayes.
And also, like early in the first quarter, they were doing a good job of getting points off turnovers. And McCURTAIN is doing a good job of setting up that press defense. I mean, keeping this young bunch a little, frazzled. And because of that, they're getting the ball and getting some easy turnovers.
Reach-in foul called on Brace Mabacon. Lazy pass, almost intercepted, but pulled down by Haskell. In the corner, three-pointer. Rattles around, but could not go in. Brandon Westmoreland couldn't find the bottom of the net, and McCURTAIN takes it the other way.
And it's a good shot right there, that corner three, very high percentage. I mean, as far as, not a high percentage shot, but worth the most value for the distance that it is.
Nice inside passing once again by Satterfield, this time finding once again Brody Shout. Shout puts it in, and with 5:48 left to go, Haskell with the turnover. Left-handed finish, no good from Cooper, and Cooper will get the rebound. Or pardon me, no, that was a different McCURTAIN player that gets the rebound and sets it up. Cooper got that second rebound, but stepped on the baseline. Now they're going to call a double dribble.
That's one of those calls that you don't see very often, the old double dribble.
Taken in the backcourt by Everett Lang, gives away to Westmoreland. Westmoreland up to Clark. Nice up and under move that time and just couldn't finish. Everett Lang has the nice moves but couldn't quite finish. Drive baseline by Cooper, gives way. Three-pointer from Brody Shout. And the big man can do it all. He's finishing down low and finishing at the top of the key. Haskell breaks the press. A lazy pass that time from Westmoreland and is intercepted and going the other way. Nice, good transition passing there, good transition spacing, and good transition finishing.
And right now, it's just the passing of this Haskell team that's really, putting them behind the 8 ball here. Westmoreland's had a couple of bad passes on his own.
As Shout puts it in for another 3.
That's committed some turnovers, and there you see another one that turns into 3 points.
4:20 left to go. Third quarter, 51-16, 51-18 now as Westmoreland's 15-footer drops.
A nice touch on the ball.
Shout, low post. That's just too easy. If you're Haskell, you got to get a hand in his face or something.
And you got to talk. 2 players on one guy bringing up the ball.
Almost a miscommunication there is somebody lost his shoe. I think that's going to be Lang has to put his shoe back on while play's going on. Westmoreland's going to drive. As he's falling down, he gives it to Marcus Clark, who puts it up and in. Back the other way. Shout has the hot hand. Let's see if they give it to him. He gives it up. Cooper, corner. Drained.
Cooper has been making it rain here as of late, and just to see what his numbers look like, because it seems like every time we look up, he's getting an easy 2 or.
A mass sub for the Bulldogs. They bring in a new 5. The starters are out. A new set of 5 is in with 3:21 left to go in the third quarter. And let's see if Haskell can maybe make a little run against the second string for McCurtain, as that pass was tipped out of bounds, and Haskell will get the ball on the baseline.
I like the idea there, doing a good job with a nice give and go.
Westmoreland, the trigger man. He's looking inside to throw an alley-oop, and it was there. Athletic move by Lane Mann. He couldn't finish it, but he does draw the foul. Good play call that time.
Yeah, and a little out of control with the finish, trying to do it all in one motion. Should have just came down and gone straight back up. But I like the idea for the inbound passer.
Good call that time by head coach Wes Hayes of the Haskell JV squad. Got to make your free throws, though. As the first one from Mann misses. Mann's second one is up and good. Had just enough distance to go through the iron. Tanner Blayham with the ball, goes between the legs once, twice, and gives it up to Trent Spears. Back to Blayham. Blayham's 3, good. Drained it, nothing but net.
And let's be honest, he kind of got away with one right there. Should have been a travel, moved his feet just a hair, but ref lets it go, and because of that, it gets the nice 3-point basket to fall.
Got a foul on Haskell on the rebounds. It will stay with McCurtain. 59-21, 2:38 to go in the game. Blayham with the ball, drives right side all the way to the hoop. Off the glass, he kisses it off the glass and in. That's, once again, Dion, too easy if you're the Haymakers. There's just been a few of those all night that have just been too easy. McCurtain transition, left-handed layup in.
And he scored the last 7 points for McCurtain.
Blayham is feeling it right now. .155. And that time, just Marcus Clark drove baseline and just lost the ball. Into the game now for the Haskell Haymakers is Inez Mendoza. He's replacing Everett Lang. McCurtain breaks the token pressure that time from Haskell. A backdoor cut, nice pass, and a nice finish. The pass coming from Brace Mabacon, and the finish that time by Paul Jeffrey.
And that was a good job setup by Paul Jeffrey, just working out and then making eye contact with the ball carrier and the ball handler, excuse me, and he comes back to the basket.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah, sure do.
Dean and I called multiple, I can't remember, over 10 football games this year. So we're trying to switch sports now. As a hard foul that time. Taking it to the hoop was Brace Mabacon. Fouled that time by Lane Mann. Mann with a shove, and Brace goes to the line for 2. I apologize. His name is Bruce, not Brace. We got the lineups, which this is better than saying their numbers, right? But we got their lineups because we didn't have their lineups in the first half because they did not submit a lineup. We got them late. The problem is, Dion, is that they were handwritten. And so some people have better penmanship than others. And
Hey, stop making excuses. You're a professional, okay?
Bruce. I apologize to Bruce and his extended family. Three-pointer falls well short that time by Clark. And it'll be McCurtain Bulldog basketball. 54 seconds in the third quarter, 66-21. Basketball season is upon us. Dion, what are you most looking forward to about this basketball season?
Man, I'm looking for great competition, and you know what I'm here for, man. I'm here for the dunks and the shoes, baby.
The shoes?
Yeah, the dunks and the shoes.
All right, so who's got
some fly kicks?
Who's got the best kicks on the floor right now?
Right now, I'm not mad at those LeBrons, number 23, sporting over there with the ball in his hand. I'm not mad at him at all.
You mean Bruce?
Bruce it is.
Pass stolen that time. The finish is just too strong. Nice job by Sam Kofelt, but he couldn't put it in. Kofelt jumped in the passing lane, had a nice path all the way to the hoop, and just kind of got caught in between lane and off the glass and putting it in. As we take a look at the shoes, those are your favorite kicks on the floor right now?
Right now, I'm a guy that likes a little color. I like a little light in my life.
Well, then what about number 20, Hagen Glenn, at the low post there for McCurtain? That's a little light in your life.
Yeah, but I don't know what he's doing with the sock combination, though. Points off because you're wearing black jerseys, black shorts, black leg sleeve, and then white socks.
He's trying to stand out.
No. You got to get the socks correct. You got to come correct with the socks now.
Come correct with the socks. So is the correct shoe game there, he would have to have black socks.
Black socks.
Right.
I would have said him if he had the black socks on.
Well, he's going to show you up anyway as he drives left side, fades.
Fade away.
Nothing but net. I think you got to give it to Hagen Glenn there.
All right, I got to give it to him.
He heard you talking about his shoe game, and he said, don't worry, I'll channel my own LeBron James here. I don't need any on my feet.
Okay, with the fadeaway, I got you, big dog. I got you. I appreciate it.
Time winding down, and the fadeaway from Brandon Westmoreland doesn't go. But take another look right here. The fadeaway, beautiful ball by Hagen Glenn.
And you see the swag at the end. You saw him hang the little Jordan pose out there. He was showing them. He knew what he was doing with him.
His future is as bright as his shoes as we go to the fourth quarter, 68-21 in favor of McCurtain here in the 40th annual Bedouin Shrine Classic here on Bravado Wireless. Welcome back. We're underway in the fourth quarter of the 40th annual Bedouin Shrine Classic here in the Muskogee Civic Center. Basketball games being played all across eastern Oklahoma as a part of this tournament. There's a small school division, a large school division, and then you could just have a JV squad come in because one team has to pull out at the last second, and that's what Haskell's having to deal with right now as they trail 68-21. This is their JV team that is playing. McCurtain playing their varsity squad. Earlier we were talking about shoe game. And right now we're talking about the real game as Haskell really needs just some kind of positive momentum here in the fourth quarter. Playing against some of the second team and third team for McCurtain, they could really use some positive momentum like that right there. An offensive rebound and a putback from Lane Mann.
Yeah, doing a good job of being physical down there as a man.
McCurtain counters going the other way with the ball is John Strain. Strain drives and draws the foul. 7:07 left to go in this game, 68-23. Said this is a part of a multi-team, multi-site tournament as McCurtain drives inside the give, and we're gonna have a three this time from Strain, who comes up short but grabs his own rebound, drives baseline and shoots over the basket, grabs his own rebound again. Now a three on the way, which is just too strong from Brandon Ward. But once again, McCurtain gets the rebound. Ball on the ground this time. We're gonna have a jump ball, but great effort all around from McCurtain on the offensive glass. Comes up with 2-3 offensive rebounds and getting to retain the possession. Strain left side, step back. Three on the way and nothing but the bottom of the net.
And that's a great job by number 10, Clay Hammercut, getting a screen and the assist and helping number 4 for this McCurtain team, John Strain, put the ball in the hoop.
Three-pointer on the way from Haskell, just a little too strong. On the attempt was Inez Mendoza. Going the other way, Mendoza playing defense, knocks the ball away. Looked like it could have been an easy layup for Brandon Ward. Instead, Mendoza gets in there, gets his hands in there, and knocks the ball away.
That's nice, great hustle from Mendoza. That was almost easy too, but he shows the awareness to get back on defense.
Strain trying to give the ball to anybody that wants it. He finally gives way to Jeffrey. Jeffrey back to Spears. Spears to Strain. Strain's going to take a step back and shoot a three. No good that time, but pulled down once again by Jeffrey. Jeffrey gives to Spears, and Spears slicing through the lane. Comes up with a nice two-point basket. Extends the lead out to 50 as we hit the 5:30 mark in the fourth quarter. We will have two more games here from the Civic Center as Mendoza comes up with a huge three. The bench goes crazy for Mendoza. As you can see, the varsity players on the other side. The problem is Haskell, or pardon me, not Haskell. The Haymakers forgot to play defense.
Yeah, and they let a guy
kind of just go right down the court without really guarding him.
two guys on one player. So
we're going to have a stoppage in play as Marcus Clark is trying to walk off something that happened to him, an injury. He's going to try and walk that off and get to the bench. But Mendoza celebrating that three, and his entire team celebrating that three, didn't get back on defense. But that was a really nice play by Mendoza. You can see the end of the bench, the varsity players for the Haymakers were celebrating for this Haskell JV squad. We have more games to come, including our next game here at the Civic Center is between Greene County and Kansas. Wonder if the Greene County women's team made it, Dion. It's the reason why the Haskell JV team is having to play is because the Greene County men's team did not make it. King Country, I'm so sorry, it is Green Country. Because we are in the land of the Green Country. I can't read. They definitely say country. Ball blocked that time by Sam Kofelt. Sorry, I have a little bit of dyslexia. Couldn't see the T. No, R. There would have been the R.
Struggling there, huh? Don't worry. We got two more games to do, buddy.
This is fine. 4:11 left to play, and this is not fine if you're the Haskell Haymakers. They trail 75-26 with 4 minutes to go. And Sam Kofelt got juked once and tried to come back around and got a little bit too much skin trying to block Trent Spears in his three-point attempt.
Cardinal rule, don't foul the three-point shooter.
But how about our Bravado crew getting up there and getting a camera in the back so we can get a nice rim view there, Dion?
They do excellent job over here at Bravado.
They do, and they do provide excellent service as well. So if you're looking to change wireless carriers, go with the local Eastern Oklahoma carrier in Bravado. They will get you all of your wireless needs. Visit our friends at Bravado, bravadowireless.com. You can find them there, or visit a local store all throughout Eastern Oklahoma. They are your local partner in the wireless game. Haskell looking to get the ball in bounds. They do. Right side drive. Good take that time by Lane Mann. 3:49 left to go, 77-26.
Mann's done a good job, I mean, periodically throughout the game of providing some offensive presence for this Haskell team.
And periodically he does okay. That one's off the front of the iron and in. As I said, once again, nice goal cam view there from our friends at Bravado Wireless. Game 2 of 4 tonight. We'll be back in action tomorrow and back in action on Saturday. So make sure to tune in for some great basketball action all throughout this weekend. Start of January is upon us. What is it, January 9th, Dion? Did you make any New Year's resolutions? As Mendoza's three-point attempt misses everything.
Yeah, my New Year's resolution was to do more games with Bravado Wireless because they do excellent stuff here.
Okay, they didn't tell you then, huh?
Tell me what?
That they didn't want you anymore.
You're funny.
I am. Gotta bring some humor to this 77-27 bloodbath right now. 3:15 left to go. Drive left side. Ball's playing pinball, finally taken down by McCurtain and Strain. Strain's threes off the front iron, but McCurtain gets the rebound once again. This time the three-pointer from Spears finds the bottom of the net. Around and down goes the ball, and McCurtain's hit 80. My New Year's resolution was to see more of you, Dion. So I'm glad that I got to do that. Is steal and can't come up with the layup as Clay Hammercut.
You know what? I'm going to make sure with every being in my body that New Year's resolution doesn't happen.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
That's my gift to myself.
Oh. In this loving broadcast brought to you by Bravado Wireless, Dion Amade joined alongside Seth Campbell. Dude, that was a little harsh there, Dion.
Was it?
But,
you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll take a look at the goal cam and here at the Muskogee Civic Center, and I'm just going to ignore that, act like it didn't happen.
But it did, though.
We're going to move on.
But it did happen.
So you don't take that back.
All right.
So ball goes front iron and misses.
It's one of the mantras in my life. Don't have no regrets. And you know what?
Not even one letter?
Not even one little period.
Dion, for those listening, in case you didn't know, is a former Oklahoma State safety from the Dallas area. Dion covers Oklahoma State football, so you've been keeping up with the college game throughout, correct?
Yes, sir.
So who you got in this college football playoff?
Oh, man, you know, we were kind of unaware of the abilities that Clemson was displaying over there in the ACC. Nobody was keeping up with them, and so they've kind of surprised a couple of people here as of late. But I'm still riding with those LSU Tigers.
You think
still think they're going to be able to pull it off?
The Fighting Joe Burrows get it done?
The Fighting Joe Burrows. Yeah,
The people that don't know how to spell go?
yeah, the Fighting Ed Orgerons.
The Ed Orgerons?
Yeah.
2:03 left to go here in the fourth period, 81-27. In case you're wondering why the lopsided score, that team you see on your screen right now is the Haskell JV team. Green Country did not show up to this game, and so McCurtain's team that they were originally going to play was Green Country, but instead they are playing the Haskell JV team. And the Haskell JV team's getting some valuable reps. They're learning the very, very hard way what it means to get reps against the varsity squad, Dion. We also learned that Dion likes shoe game. It's the reason why he does basketball, and that he's picking LSU in the college football playoff. We cover a plethora of topics here on the Bravado Wireless broadcast. Taking right side that time. I'm so sorry, his name's not in the roster. Maybe William Mason? But Mason with the ball right now, and he gets it stolen away. He's getting some playing time, 1:30 left to go for the Bulldogs, who've been in control of this game the entire way. So is it an offensive game or a defensive game in the college football playoff?
Oh, you know what? I think both of these teams have pretty good defenses. I think it's going to be the offense that we're going to have to be the ones to watch up and keep up with.
Does Burrow go off like he did against Oklahoma?
I don't. That's going to be hard to put on that performance 2 times in a row. It's going to be interesting, though, to see what Clemson's defensive coordinator does to contain him.
As a person that followed the Big Ten closely, did you expect that performance from Oklahoma in the LSU game?
From somebody who watches the Big 12.
Yes.
Yeah, you said Big 10.
I apologize.
Sorry, I was a little confused.
I'm so sorry.
I don't watch that much Big 10 football, sir.
Big 12. That is
Wisconsin style of football doesn't really interest me that much.
That's on me for this 81-27 game has gotten to me already. I apologize. That is definitely on me. Big 12.
Yeah, I mean, I knew, Oklahoma, they weren't going to be facing the best Oklahoma team. I mean, they had a number of injuries going into that game, and still they weren't, Big 12 honestly had a down year, and it was unfortunate that they came up with that performance at prime time against a very top-notch team. But
Lane Man puts it in off the glass for Haskell. And countered the other way is McCurtain with Trent Spears. Yeah, it was an unfortunate performance for the Big 12. But at least they were in the playoff, unlike the Pac-12.
Exactly.
That hasn't been in there in a few years. Kick out from Mann. Westmoreland. Now the give is to Clark. Clark's shot just short. Mann picks up the offensive rebound after some help. McCurtain comes out the other way. Brandon Ward, coast to coast, just misses. Oh, Clark takes it to the rim, and the ball goes off of a McCurtain player. 7.4 seconds left to go, 83-29. And this McCurtain team could challenge in the small boys bracket, the small school bracket, Dion. They have the athleticism and some talent to maybe pull away with a victory here in this tournament.
And honestly, they have some shooters that can get it done when it's not easy to get those high percentage shots. So it's going to be interesting to see how far they make it in this tournament.
McCurtain has some skills. They have, like you said, they have the shooters, they have the athleticism, and they have a little bit of size as well to compete in the small school bracket. And so it'll be interesting to see how they continue to progress throughout the rest of this Shriners Classic. But as the clock hits zeros, time's run out for the Haskell JV team to make any sort of comeback as they lose this game 83-29. And really, there was a lot of things, but McCurtain was just too much, too often.
Yeah, they were outmanned and, overwhelmed at some points of the game. But Haskell, luckily, still has another opportunity to play here tonight and get this taste of losing out of their mouth. So hopefully you can see a better performance from some of these guys that we saw on the floor as well as tonight at 9 o'clock. for this McCURTAIN team, they did a good job. They got some of their starters off the floor, got some rest. They also, got some confidence behind them. So it's going to be interesting, like we said earlier, to see how they progress throughout the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, they got, as you said, valuable reps, and we will see how they will progress. And you need to stay with us here because we're going to have another great game coming up right after this one. 15 minutes to go before the next game, but our final here in the second game of 4 for today from the Muskogee Civic Center is the Haskell Haymakers 29, the McCURTAIN Bulldogs 83 here on Bravado Wireless.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.